Hello and welcome back to Cardboard Decoy Plays Gnomoria. We are full speed again. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. And yeah, right now we're just sort of resource gathering. I've got that planted. We're waiting for these guys to finish up this thing. This takes forever to start, so it's going to be a little ways before that actually ends up happening. Here's some of the interface things I don't particularly like. If you click on something like the dirt floor, it takes away your ability to move. Not so great. Also, if you mouse over pretty much anything, that also takes away your ability to move. Little things, little details and complaints that I could have about the game, but, you know, there's no point in it. It's still early access, so on and so forth, but I figure, why not work a little bit of review into it since I have played the shit out of this game, and I do want to promote it, but it's always a caveat emptor kind of thing with early access anyways, so it's only fair. Okay, so what have we got going on? We have a bit of a terraforming project over here. We're finishing up digging out all of that. We need to build a well. That's going to take some time because I think they're hopefully prioritizing this over here. So the next thing we can do is start mining all of this stone. I think that's actually pretty important to start getting these stocks going. So right now we have just sort of a straight staircase, and we can rebuild this. Fortunately about this game, and something I like about it better than Door Fortress, is the ability to kind of return everything to its default position. So you can build stone walls that are pretty much identical to the mineable walls, and or go through and do fancier walls, which is good, except it increases your value. And in one of my many attempts at a mega project, I managed to completely destroy myself by building a whole bunch of really expensive walls and then basically summoning the hordes of doom upon myself and then dying unceremoniously shortly thereafter. Not so great. Nope. Okay, so we are mining out this. There's a coal vein here that I want to focus on for a second, make sure we have that, and we can use that to make torches, which are super important, especially whenever you start mining deeper and deeper. We're going to go ahead and I like doing little 3x3 squares around any discovered nodes. That'll help me find anything in case they're broken up. I can never quite tell with any one particular game how they do their algorithm for spawning veins and the like. There we go. Okay, we are on the 4th day of spring. Hopefully we can keep the pace going pretty quickly in this game. It'd be very easy to just totally neglect doing anything like that. Okay, let's see. We've got those two guys are idling. Ah, he's digging that out. That's why we're not mining the stone. That's fine. Okay, we just need to make sure that he is not perpetually stuck up there, which is going to be the case because there are no ramps. No, there's one ramp down. Okay, good. So sometimes they will kind of mine things awkwardly in such a way that they will get stuck up on single pieces of land, which is not great, to say the least. And then let me go ahead and I want to keep my woodcutters busy. We're going to fell all these trees over here. And then also we are going to... Where is forage? Yes, that's the scythe, the sickle, whatever you want to call it. And there we go. They're going to forage all of that stuff over there. It's going to free up even more space. We're going to have this huge area to work with that's going to become our pasture, I believe. That seems like the best idea for now. So, also, what I need to do as well is come up with a really decent storage area. So we're going to go ahead and mine wall. And what I want to do is kind of bisect everything in different degrees and angles. So we're going to come out like this, and then like that. And then somewhere in this area is where we're going to have our main storage area. So let me go back over here really quick. Fell trees. You can also use hotkey shortcuts. I have a little bit of a problem with that because it seems like it has some weird glitches too. Plus also, I'm just not in the habit of it. I started out... It's kind of interesting. Ah, hey, there we go. We have some serpentine. Yeah, that's greenstone, and then more of our sandstone. So now we have rocks available, which also means we'll need to be a little bit more selective with how we designate our building jobs whenever it comes to that. Otherwise, we'll have a bunch of mismatched kind of hilarity as far as our designs go, which aesthetically bugs me, naturally. Okay, there we go. That's a pretty decent amount of coal. Not a huge vein, but enough to get us started whenever we need it. So, let's see, where are we at up there? Okay, let's go back and we are going to dig hole. No, okay, there we go. Cool. They'll dig that out, and then we'll have this nice little flat section right here that we can kind of base our further designs off of. So let's go ahead and mine. We're going to mine a huge storage area out, and then we can customize it however we want in the future for aesthetics purposes. Okay, there we go. We're doing thin passageways because it'll be easier to just build a door there, and then we'll have all of this excess stuff to contend with. That's not a big deal. Okay, so where are we at over here? Yeah, we've got all of this sorted out, more or less. Now what I want to do is we are going to do agriculture, pasture, and then we're going to do a fairly large, let's do 20 by... that doesn't seem particularly fair, does it? And we're waiting for grass to regrow. How dumb is that? I hate it. Let's see. Personal angst there, perhaps. Let's see. 14 by 9. That should be more than enough. Animal, yak, max males. We'll have 2. And then we should priority suspend any straw pasture. I'm trying to see here. Animal size. There should be an option to... Oh, I've got to actually... I have to have a kitchen set up, or a butcher. So there's an option to... I set the maxes there, so if you have a lot of females, they'll continue to reproduce. Obviously, males do not give birth. If you are under the impression that they do, then I suggest you take a class, basically. But it actually works that way, and so you want to keep a fairly minimal number of males, and the only reason why I have 2 males on there so that they don't immediately kill a second one if one does arise. They do have their uses. Okay, so now what we're going to do is go to designate area, and we're going to designate a stockpile, and this is just going to be a huge free-for-all stockpile area. Contents, everything. Okay. And now we should, let me go, stocks, items, goods, let me see, if we go to cloth, it should tell us how many bags we have. Sack, here we go. No, sack is something else. Fiber, bolt of cloth, string, bandage, mattress, fiber, bolt of cloth, string, crafts, jewelry, food, plant. I can never remember where these things are. Plog, workbench, bellows, bucket, wheelbarrow. Okay. Well, you know what? I think we can do it this way too. Let's go to, we're going to build and storage, and we have 3 crates, 2 barrels, 2 bags. So we're going to build 3 crates very quickly over here. Now these kind of are condensation, or if that's the correct term for it, sort of more hoarding mechanics. Basically just being able to have larger stacks of things that don't normally stack. So dirt stacks naturally. You can build huge dirt stacks. Stone stacks, hay stacks. I feel like I'm saying like a weird series of words that don't necessarily make sense. But most of your other things like food and whatnot don't actually stack. This also includes things like seeds, most annoyingly, and so you have to have storage devices to actually be able to stack them up. So if we click on this, the pine crate has nothing in it, so hopefully they'll fill that up pretty soon. Pine crate, contents, yeah, so we have a whole bunch of strawberries that don't normally stack, but they're being kept in a crate, so that helps. This also brings the last of our initial supplies up here, down underground, where it's relatively safe. And, oh, hey, our carpenter is done, so let's go to workshop. We want stone cutter now, and we will flip that around just for funsies. Let's go stone mason. What did I just do? Yeah, okay, so stone mason is next after that, and then I'm kind of overloading the system a little bit here, but it's no big deal. They're all going to get finished at relatively the same rate. The important part is that the carpenter is done, and then after that everything else should be relatively simple to take care of. Okay, so they're going to run around like maniacs and try to get everything stacked up and stored, which is totally fine as far as I'm concerned, and then hopefully we'll have all of our basics done and we can start doing things like building wheelbarrows that would make this whole process a lot faster, to say the least. And then, you know what, I'm also going to go ahead and make another farm. Let's go farm. And we're going to do 6x6 strawberries. There we go. And then, yeah, so farmers should get to that. That'll increase our food stocks a little bit. More fruit is always better because that's what we need to make more drinks with. And even though we have this well coming eventually, it will be a lot simpler to just have. Or it's not as satisfying to the gnomes. That's the only other thing that I find. It's kind of like, wait, do gnomes have a history of heavy drinking, kind of like dwarves do? Because then that's almost like, yeah, this is basically Dwarf Fortress with a slight thematic difference, but not much of one. Let's see. Now we've got stone, so we have serpentine available. If we dig down here, the veins are also drawn on the z-axis, so we should find more serpentine if we dig down this way or up this way a little bit. Maybe not really far, but either way, that's just good to know for, again, aesthetics, all that fun stuff. It's really good. And then, okay, so we've got our major stockpile. We're going to let them work on that. We've got strawberries growing. Let's see, how would we want to arrange houses on our hill here? So we want this to be both defensible and also accessible. So basically we'd have eventually some kind of route that would lead stairs down to here, and then we'd be able to climb up the stairs onto a really well guarded housing area so that our average dwarf will not actually run into any enemies unless they happen to be down in this area wandering about. So let's see, where are we at on this? He's still making boards in the really slow, boring way. Totally fine. And yes, this is going to be a full field here, no problem. We're still waiting for all of this stuff to get stored. Again, it'd be nice if the workshops were done. I could build some wheelbarrows. It'd be done in a heartbeat. And then we want to start planning out some of our housing up here. Just for fun, we're going to start this out by actually, let's see, building walls around the edge here. And then that'll kind of designate a small area where we can build housing. Okay. So we'll start by, let's go dig hole like this. And I'm thinking. One moment. And then we will build terrain, wall, stone wall, raw sandstone, build like so. There's ramps in the way. Okay, hold on. Okay, dig, remove ramp. Got it. We're building the wall first because it'll be easier to kind of manage it as we dig backwards, but let's go ahead and build wall, stone wall, raw sandstone. Looks nice, blends well into nature, etc. Alright, one more to go. Okay, cool. So, basic sandstone wall, it's going to look exactly like raw sandstone wall here, and I don't believe it'll actually add any value, so that'll be good to start with. So we're just letting them build that up, and then we'll build roofing on it, basically. Let's go ahead and we will dig hole like so. Alright, right in front of where that wall is. And then it'll just be a slow sort of carving process as we go right there. And that'll be really fun. There we go. See, we're already getting a wall built. And let's see how this actually looks once we're done. Okay, let's lower those. Build. Terrain. Wall. Stone. Any raw stone. There we go. So yeah, I think it's not Machu Picchu. What did I say? It was, oh my god. I totally forgot the name of the thing I was using to inspire myself here. Okay. But, wow. It must be really early or something, because I can't remember, like, any words right now that I want to use. Give me a second. What do you call it? An idiot abroad. They went there on an idiot abroad, and he got there and was, like, just constantly bitching about how much he had to climb and everything, and then they were like, okay, just pretend that you were there, and they let him get away with it. And then that was that. And they went there, and it was a really cool, ancient, Mayan, Incan kind of location. Alright, hold on, let me... First of all, let's go ahead and build a floor along all of these. So, stone floor, raw sandstone, build. Okay. You have to do that, otherwise they won't walk on it, which is a little silly in my opinion, but what are you going to do? Alright. Mine wall. We need to go at least 2 out, and then we'll have an area where we can start building our rooms. So if we do that, we're going to need to go back a little bit. Okay. And then we'll replace the walls as we go. Alright, so we want to do 4x4 rooms. That sounds about right to me. It's Chateau du Gnome. Alright. So if we do like that. Okay, and we kind of want them to stick along the wall. It's not like written in stone, so to speak, haha. But it definitely, again, I'm trying to balance out the aesthetics I want to achieve here with the practicality of what it is I'm actually doing. So, all right. So if we go mine, stairs up, and then we go all the way over here. There we go. So that should work if we do it like that. All right. Let's see what happens. Give it a second. All right. Mine wall. Nailed it. Okay, cool. Sometimes with the isometrics, it's a little hard to line up constructions like that, but managed to make it work and all as well. I dig it. All right. Build. Terrain. Wall. Stone wall. Any raw stone. There we go. They give shitty basement apartments letters instead of numbers, so I guess these are the letter apartments, as it were, for my gnomes. Yes, that was more directly a reference than anything else to Fight Club. Alright. I've seen non-basement shitty apartments that were given letters instead of numbers as well, so no bias there particularly. Although, yeah, for the most part, really, really crappy apartments do have letters instead of numbers in general. It doesn't have to be the basement either. Alright, cool. Where are we at on our workshop? Okay, it looks like we have our stone mason, but not stone cutter yet. So that means they'll at least take stone and form it a little bit faster, if they are actually making blocks with it as we speak right now. Okay, we're walled off there, so we can kind of edge around over here and continue building outwards. Let's go ahead and we will convert these walls into stone walls. Alright. And like so. They're so fast, but I also have it on double speed, so, you know. Okay. Raw sandstone, good stuff. And where was I? Let's see. Well, we're going to modify this a little bit, maybe. Yeah, there we go. That should work just fine. Okay. And then outer edge here. And then we'll just replace the floors. I could have done that. Actually, I could have just replaced the walls here, except for the corners. The corners are a little hard to get to for the gnomes there, so that's why I went ahead and just dug it out. Doesn't bother me too much. Replacing floors is a lot easier. Alright, wall, stone wall. All sandstone, build. Then we'll also queue up replacing the floors. Hold on, where are we? Terrain, replace floor. Stone floor, raw sandstone. Cool deal. Super easy peasy. We have our first 2 bedrooms. No idea who's going to use them yet, but they're done. That's the important part. And it looks like they're getting close to being done pulling everything in here. Let's see, how are we on food and drink? We're running a little low. It's a little nerve-wracking, but again, we should have our well here soon enough, and that'll be a slightly more permanent fixture as far as things go. Now, as far as these rooms go, what I'm probably going to do for now is just turn them into dorms. Because we really, until I'm making beds, I'm not really dedicated to the whole idea of making rooms for everybody, but I just wanted to get kind of the initial planning stages here figured out. So let's go ahead and I'll also continue to replace floors here. And if nothing else, it gives our builders something to practice on and start skilling up a bit. Alright, there we go. Cool deal. Alright, so again, we're just waiting on this. And actually, this is pretty much the end of the video. So we made decent progress. We've gotten kind of the basic layout of how we want all of this to go. We're still waiting on all of our workshops down here to get finished. And right now, I'm probably overloading my dwarves a little bit, what with hauling tasks and chopping trees and building walls and all that other fun stuff. Let's see, how does this... Well, first of all, that looks... it could be better. It will be better, let's say. And then if I turn it around like this, and then go like that, yeah, you see it's got a nice little outpost outcropping here that will eventually form terraced apartment complexes all throughout the side of this hill. And then on the internal side, we'll have all of our workshops and storage. Oh, hey, it's a giant bear. Fortunately, they're just as scared of us as we are of them, so he will run away immediately. And we don't have to worry about that so much. So, whoop, there we go, and there. Alright, mouse wheel down. Good stuff. So, yeah, that's basically the layout. Now that you've kind of seen that, is apartments all along the edge, inside, forges, workshops, all kinds of fun. And then down on the edge here, and possibly terraced to some degree, because I don't know if the Mayans or Aztecs or whatever actually did terraced farming per se. But you know, we can have fun with it. That's part of the that's why it's a sandbox game, right? So, all right, cool. This has been Cardboard Decoy playing Gnomoria. If you've enjoyed, please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you next time. Have fun.